Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Today we're going to do a summer top just like you see, and it's available in small all the way to extra large for sizing. Today we're going to go through the ins and outs of making this particular top. To answer all of your questions, I know some of you are going to email me to ask me to change the sizes to something different. Just so you know, this pattern was designed for small to extra large. I'm not a clothing designer and I don't know what the mathematics would be to change this design to get it any bigger or any smaller from a lady's. So the pattern's available from small all the way to extra large. The yarn today is going to be Lily Sugar and Cream. You could also use your Bernat Handicrafter Yarn. It's 100% cotton, both brands are. And this is the kind of idea that you would want to wear in the summer to make it cotton so it's less hot. And you're going to notice that when you go to play with this up front, it's going to feel a little bit stiff, but once you wash it, it's going to be softening up. We also have tips on the crochetcrowd.com for making the colors set permanently, and you may want to treat your particular top with that solution first before then wearing it, and then before obviously washing it, so that you can keep the colors as vibrant as they appear on the yarn ball. So this pattern is an oldie but a goodie, so it's an old format for yarnspirations.com, and you'll see that all the sizes are here as well as the ball counts, and you're going to notice that it's in sizes for solids and ombres. That's just variegated yarn. Variegated yarn is usually less yardage, so therefore you'll need more yarn to do that. So you have all the counts for being able to do it in order to make this work, and then you also have the bust sizes if you want to look at it from this point of view. So this is a really interesting pattern. It's really quite simple. It's just one page, and I know that the older format is not as pretty as the new format, but all the information is still here and it's still available to you, and it's still easy to follow if you just take step by step. So today I'm working with the small version, and it says that you have 80, 86, 92, and 98. If you're unfamiliar with crochet patterns, what happens is that small, medium, large, and extra large are all given in the same pattern. So when there's brackets like this, the first one is small, medium, large, and extra large. So whenever a decision needs to be made, you'll notice that it will give the brackets of that information. So it says continue in the pattern until worked from the beginning measures approximately 11, 12, 14, or 16. So you have to choose the number that you are currently working with depending on your size. It also has centimeters for us here in Canada, as well as areas of the world that use metric instead. So it's a very simplistic pattern. Let me show you what the actual one panel looks like. They're both identical, and it's actually really quite easy, to be honest with you. So here's one panel completely done, and what I want you to pay attention to is that you're going to start off on the bottom right down here, and you're going to work yourself up to a certain amount of inches, and then we're going to slip stitch on one side to bring it over, and then you're going to go across and then stop earlier on this side here, and then just work this box shape up until you get to a certain point. At the top, then one particular band of the shoulder will go completely up, and then the other one is added afterwards. So yeah, one of them always has to be added on afterwards when doing this kind of concept. So this is a front or back panel. It really doesn't matter, and when you're done with it, you're just going to sew the tops together. So it'll be together with the other side. You're going to leave the neck obviously open, and you're going to leave the arms open, and then just go down the sides just like so. So you'll notice that it forms her more in a shape. That's because it's flat here and it's more boxier looking, but once you put it onto a human form, it will be able to flex with you. So let's take a quick look at the stitches. You're going to notice that there's a repeat, and it's only 2 rows that repeat each other over and over and over, and the only reason why they're doing that is that on the edge you will end up in a slightly different area. If you can see that there's actually shell work in this particular project, and so the shells then change location for the next one to be over here, and then the next one will be over. So it looks like it's just offsetting each other when you go to do it. So because of this fact, this pattern is exceptionally easy to follow. You just have to pay attention to your edges when you're going up, and it's off and good and ready. So today I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to bring you back to the sample because I already have the second side already partially done. So what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to show you how to get started, and then I'm going to have you go to a certain height that is in the top. So right here and stop. My other sample that I have here off camera has that already completely done, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take you through the rest of the tutorial through this other sample that I've already got done, so that I can have the front and the back completely done by the end of it. So I'm using both of the samples. So I do one, and then I kind of use the second one to do the measurement to make sure that I get the right height, and then I just kind of do it really quite easily. So without further ado, let's grab our 4mm, and that is going to be You think I could remember that information? A 4.5 millimeter size, a US 7 crochet hook in order to follow today's tutorial. So to get started today you need to chain the amount of number that you're going to be working with. So I'm doing small today, so my chain will be 80 and that's on the instructions. So it'd either be 80, 86, 92 or 98 and this will keep it in balance for the pattern no matter what size you did. So you just have to chain, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and go all the way to the chain count that it says on the pattern and meet me back here in just a moment. So now that I have my chaining of 80 done, you could have the other sizes. It doesn't matter because the repeat pattern is going to stay in balance for you. So let's move on to the first row and we're gonna start immediately with establishing the pattern right off the bat. So it's not one of those that you do single crochet all the way across or double crochet and then worry about the repeat pattern later. You do it right off the bat. So second chain from the hook. So just 1 and 2 and turn it over and get the back loop only of the chain. Second chain from the hook. Just like that. Sorry, I'm all thumbs today. So you're gonna skip 2 chains. So 1 and 2, go to the third, back loop only, and I want you to double crochet into that one. So just double crochet and then chain 1, going into the same stitch again, double crochet again, okay, then chain 1 and then double crochet one last time into the same one. So each one of the shell works has 3 double crochets in it that has 1 chain that separates both of them. So come back down to the chain, skip 2, 1 and 2 and single crochet into the next. Okay, so let's establish the repeat pattern. So that's what we know already, so let's do it again. So skip 2 and single crochet into the third one, again the back loop only, and then I want you to chain 1 and then double crochet . So let's continue across. You're gonna skip 2 and then double crochet into the third one and then chain 1, double crochet into that again, chain 1 and double crochet again. That's your repeat pattern going all the way across. So skipping 2, 1 and 2 and single crochet in the third. So I'm just gonna show it one more time. Okay, so you're skipping 2, going to the third for a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet again, chain 1 and double crochet again, and then skip 2 and single crochet into the next. So what I want you to do is continue that same pattern going all the way across and I'll see you at the end of the chain. So as you come to the end of the chain you'll notice that there's 3 stitches left if you've done your counts right, and so you skip 2 and then it's just a single crochet right into the very end. The nice thing about this pattern is that the front end and the back end of a chain, so the start and the front, or in the back the start and the end actually is the same, so it always stays in balance. So let's turn our work and go for row number 2, which is gonna be part of the repeat pattern going forward. So let's begin row number 2. So we're gonna repeat row number 2 and 3 over and over and over and for the duration of this project, and the size of the width changes obviously as you're getting higher up into it. So we're going to chain up 1. So whenever you end right now and it's a single crochet, in order to start this next row you have to always chain 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And what this is it's a double crochet plus chain 1 and you were going to put a double crochet into the same single crochet underneath. So what you're doing is you're starting off with a half of one of these shells. So there'll only be 2 and then you're just gonna come to the middle one of the group of 3 and just single crochet. So now the shells are all gonna be appearing in the single crochets all the way across. So just single crochet into the, or sorry, double crochet into the next single crochet, which is directly between the shells, chain 1 and then double crochet back into that one, and then chain 1 and double crochet back in. Okay, so it's still the same thing that you already know, it's just a different location. So then come to the middle one of the group of 3 and single crochet. So let me show you one more time. So you see that you're in between the shells, come into the middle one, which is a single crochet, and just do a shell. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet, and then single crochet into the middle one of the group of 3. So please do that all the way across. This is row number 2, and you're seeing that the shells are now starting to blend with each other quite nicely. So continue that and I'll see you at the end of the row. So this continues to still be row number 2, and I'm working my way across, and it's just continuing to repeat the pattern. So when you finish off row number 2, you have to think about where you are, and so you have a full shell left plus a single crochet left when you're doing this. So what you have to do, I've just finished the last shell, you still single crochet into the last shell work that's below, and you're now gonna finish the last shell, which will be partial. So it'll be a double crochet into the single, followed by chain 1 and double crochet one more time. So it's like you began right in the very beginning when you chained 4, so it ends the same way. So that's how you finish off row number 2, and we're gonna turn our work and do row number 3. So row number 3, very easily, so you're at the top now of a double crochet. So this means that this first one is a chain 1 and it's a single crochet into the top one only. So now you're gonna immediately start like you kinda did on the chain, where there's going to be a shell right into the single crochet that's between them. So just go right over for a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet, and then just single crochet into the middle one of the group of 3 and begin again. So just look for the single crochet, it's right in between, and begin to do another shell. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet, and then just single crochet into the middle one of the 3. So you're going to repeat rows number 2 and 3 over and over. Let me get you to the end of this row to show you how to finish once again, and then you're just gonna keep on going until you get to a certain height, and I'll discuss that in a few minutes. So to finish row number 3, you're going across like you normally would. Okay, and you can see that you got a partial shell over here. You're on the top of a shell, so you only have the indentation to worry about. So you're just gonna finish that last final shell. It's a full shell on row number 3. So it's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and chain 1, double crochet, and then all you have to do here is that you come into the 3rd stitch. So 1, 2 and 3, and then just single crochet into the 3rd stitch. Don't go into a gap space, go right into a stitch so it stays and holds, and then just single crochet. So what I need you to do is repeat row number 2 and 3 all over again. So just quickly, let's just go number 2 just to get you started. So right now you're on a single crochet, so it's like before, chain 4 and then double crochet into the same one, and then just come to the top of the middle one of the group of 3, single crochet in, and then begin. So it's just a matter of how you get started in order to do this pattern. So let's review on how high you need to make this part of the pattern, and then I'm gonna bring you back to my pattern that I've been working on, and we're gonna continue the tutorial from that. So it's a different color of yarn, and this was just to show you how to get started today. So we're here back on the pattern, and so you're gonna repeat rows number 2 and 3 over, just exactly what I've showed you. So what's gonna happen is that you're gonna continue to do this pattern until it measures a certain distance. So it's small, medium, large, extra large, or extra large. So for myself, the small, it's gonna be 11 inches. So it's right from the very start up into 11 inches, and you are going to finish off with the 3rd row. So make sure that whatever one you do when you get to 11 inches is gonna be the 3rd row, and I'll show you tips on being able to do that as well. And so you'll have the other sizes just in case you're doing that. So what I'm gonna do is leave that for you, and then I'm gonna bring you back to my regular project, and we're gonna show you how to do the step in so that you can start working on this as well. So right now you have to get to the set amount of inches. Myself, it's 11 inches, and you have to end on row number 3. It matters how you end, because the way that you have to start this section here is counting on you ending on row number 3 so that you can have it in balance, and I'm gonna show you some tips on that. So what we're gonna do in the next part of this tutorial is that I'm gonna show you how to do an indentation on one side, so getting all the way over, and then I'm gonna show you how to finish it earlier, and then you're gonna do this particular block to a certain amount of inches, and then you're gonna carry on and do the straps then from that point. So let's bring you back to this project here, and let's show you how to do the indentation in. So here we are as a project, and I'm getting ready to go, and we have to do an indentation in, and then we're gonna carry up, and then we're gonna stop earlier on this side. Here's the thing. all of the sizes are the same for what you're about to do right now with doing the indentation in. So you're gonna notice that when you ended on row number 3, you're gonna notice that you have a shell that is on the outside here. Okay, and then there's another shell. So there's 2 there. And then you have all your shells across, but then on the outside you have a shell on the outside and another one right here. Here's the thing. Slip stitch, the count is gonna take you to the middle one of the second one. Isn't that easy? And then when you go all the way across, you're going to end on the middle one of the second last one. So you can either count it, it'll work out for you, or you can just look for that. It just is really that easy. So let's show you how to do the indentation in, and then we're gonna work our way up from this point. So let's begin. We're going to do a slip stitch of 9, and the 9 includes the spaces in between. So coming right into the first one, so you're gonna go over, so just go right in through, and your goal is to get to the middle one of the group of the next group. So this is the second shell in, and so you can count it over, or you can be like me, and this is a space, so you're just gonna go right into the chain in the space, and you're gonna keep on going so that you have slip stitched 9 spaces. But if you know that you have to get over to the middle one of the group of 2, you don't really need to count. You just have to just slip stitch over like I am, and just making sure that you just get it. Don't be too tight with your slip stitching because it will buckle. So you just want to be nice and loose to it, and you're gonna eventually then get to the middle one, which is the next one of the second shell. So your goal now is to take it from this point, and we're gonna start the pattern exactly how you know it, and you're gonna go all the way out to the side, and you're going to stop in the middle one of the second group over here. So let's show you how to get started from this point. So we're gonna get started from this point just like it was a regular side, but now you're in a different location. So see where you are, you're on the top of a shell. So what does that mean? It means that you're gonna chain 1, and you're going to single crochet into the top of that chain, and your next shell is gonna be into the middle in between, into the single crochet there. Okay, so it's just a matter of keeping an eye on it, and you do your regular shell as normal, and you're gonna do your regular stitching all the way across. So just go to the top of the next one, and you were going to stop in the middle one of the second group before the end. So just right in the middle. So do this all the way across to that point, and I'll see you there in just a moment. So I'm coming up all the way across, and I'm just following the pattern as I know it. So keeping it all in balance, and I'm looking for the second last shell, which is currently what I'm about to hit now. So you can see I have 2 shells left, 1 and 2. I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna single crochet on the top of the middle one of the second one, and that's it. So there's gonna be 9 stitches left over. It says stop 9, leaving 9 stitches. This is where you're stopping. So now you're just gonna continue the pattern all the way as you know it. So you're just gonna turn your work, and right where you are right now you're on a single crochet. So what does that mean? The next one has to be a chain 4, and then double crochet in. Here's the thing. When you do this and you're gonna follow the pattern as you know it, on the other side it doesn't look so obvious when you get over there. So just right over here. So just make sure that you are watching for that at least this first time, and then you're gonna continue the pattern up for a certain amount of inches. And let me talk about how many inches that will be, and then we'll carry on from that point. And I have to do this off camera in order to get up there as well. So we're here on the pattern again, and we're gonna continue to do our repeat pattern as we know it, and it's just a repeating of the 2 rows, and essentially it says repeat until it works from the beginning measures. So now for my small it'll be a total of 16 inches, so it's the base of it all the way to the next section will be 16 inches, and then it will be 18.5, 20.5, or 23 if you're working on the other sizes. So you go all the way to the base of the project right here on it. Okay, so you're gonna measure from here and then all the way to the new section way up here, and then that'll be the inches, and then you're gonna stop as well. And it also says to make sure that you end on row 3, which is important also for the straps, and then we'll take you up from that point. So just continue to go back and forth now, get your amount of inches that you need, and then meet me back here, and off camera I'm gonna have to work on that too. So now I'm back and I have my height now done. I did this all live off camera just a few moments ago, and now my inches match the size that is required on the pattern. So for myself it was 16 inches then from the base all the way to the top. So if you're doing a different size you'll have to take a look at that. So what you have to do is you have to end on row number 3 before starting the next round, and if you go to do this and you're not sure which one that is, then the last stitch here was just a single crochet into the final in order to begin. begin. So now we're going to start doing the straps. The straps are relatively easy. We're gonna continue with the same yarn strand and work our way up in a strap. I'm gonna tell you some tips on that, and then you're gonna finish that strap and then come back and do the other side for the other strap, just like so. And you're almost done at this particular point in the tutorial. It'll get a lot quicker even from this point. So let me share you some tips with you. So here we have a close-up of the strap, and it's really quite an easy pattern to be able to follow. We're gonna continue with the same yarn that goes up, and what we're going to do from this particular point is that we are just going to start off with a half shell, then we're gonna do a full shell and then a half. That's all the strap is, and then you just continue the pattern as you already know it. And so because of this, it just is really quite simple, right? You've been following the pattern all along. So let's get you started on doing your first strap, and then we're gonna do that and get that done, fasten off, and then we're gonna come to the strap on the other side. And the strap on the other side starts off in the middle of the project, not the end, so that it keeps the consistency going all the way up. So let's begin to do this next. So let's begin to do the strap. So we're only concentrated up until we hit the second single crochet. So here's the first one, we're gonna hit the second one, and that's all we're gonna do for a strap. So let's I've already chained one, so I'm gonna chain a total of 4. So this is 2, 3, and 4, and then coming into the top of that first single crochet, we're gonna do it as you normally do it. So it's a double crochet. So single crochet in the top of the next shell, and then do your shell in the middle with the single crochet. It's already what you know. One thing I love about this pattern is it's so easy to remember what to do. Okay, and then just single crochet in the top of the shell. So you do one full shell, and then this last one here, the single crochet, is just a half shell. So it's just a double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. That's all there is to it. Just try that last one again. So now you're just gonna turn your work and just continue to go. So you have to get the strap done all the way up for a certain amount of inches. For my small size, I now have to then take a new measurement from all the way from the base all the way to the top, and it should be 18 inches. I know that I'm already at 16 here, so it's just a matter of 2 inches that I have to add on for this in order to make this work. So let's just continue along, and I'm just going to just turn my work. So you're at the top here, chain 1, single crochet in the top of the first one, and then you're gonna shell into the first single crochet that you run into, and then keep doing that, and then single crochet in the middle one of the 3, and then shell into the next single crochet. Shell is just a technical word for the procedure that we're doing. So it's not a standard of what it is, it's just been defined in the pattern. So then you come to the third chain up in the final side and then stop. Then turn your work and then keep on going. So I'm gonna leave that with you and get your strap all the way completely done, and then I'm gonna take you to the other strap next. So I'm just finishing up the first strap. I want to leave you with the tip. When you go to finish the strap, leave on an extra long tail that you're going to use to sew to its neighbor. So what's going to happen here is if this is your first one, just do it as per the measurements. You're going to notice something. I'm going to be very transparent here. The strap changed size in the last time that you've seen it, and I realized that I had actually followed the wrong size for the height of the strap from the base. So for myself it was 18 inches. I told you to only go 2 inches. I'm like, gee, that doesn't look like 2 inches, and it turns out I did 20 inches and not 18. So I took out some of the strap here. So if this is your second piece that you're going through now, use this piece as a base, right? So you want to you have to match the size, so you might as well use it as a base in order to follow the other one, right? Does that make sense? So you can see it completely matches. So if one's out of alignment, this is how you're gonna be able to tell. So let's move on now, and we are going to then go to the other strap on the other side, and I'll give you some tips for that. So let's complete the other side. We're gonna start off with a fresh strand of yarn here, and we are going to look at this project really constructively. So we have 2 shells that you can see here. So the very first one that we go into is this single crochet right here. Okay, it's not the middle one, it's this one. Okay, so if that's a single crochet that I'm about to go into, what is my first stitch? Do you remember? I'm gonna attach it first, and then I'm gonna chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a partial shell, and then you're gonna come back in with the double crochet. And now you're just gonna lay this straggler down on top of it and trap it into position. So you're gonna single into the top of the middle shell, and then you're gonna shell into the next one. So continue to bury that straggler in as you go, and then it will be out of sight, out of mind, and it will be completely secure as well. So now you're just gonna single crochet into the top of the next shell, and then you're gonna finish this one here with a double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet, so a half shell like that. Okay, so you got yourself started, and so you're gonna turn your work and then start up the next one. So this one's chain 1, you're in the top now, so it's just single crochet, just come into the middle, single crochet and do a full shell. So at this point you're pretty much familiar with this pattern. I know myself, I've sped up quite a bit just being able to do it and just following it along, and because the straps are so short and they're so narrow, these things don't take long to make in order to do this. So really you're kind of on a holiday. So chain up, go into the third chain up for a single crochet, turn your work, and now you go to the same amount of height that you were recommending, that was recommended in the pattern. For myself it's only 18 inches from the base, so I don't have a long way to go, and I can measure it also with the other one that I just finished to give myself a reference point as well. So please do that. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is that we are going to put our panels together, and we're going to sew them on the top of the straps up here. So we're gonna put them together, and then we're gonna leave open the neck area, which we'll handle later to do final finishing. We're gonna leave open the sides there for when the arms come through, and then we're just gonna sew directly down the sides of each of this. So what you're looking at right now is the inside of the top. So once we're done, we'll have to then go the other way. We'll have to flip it outside right. So in order to do this kind of idea, you just have to kind of match the stitches, and you're gonna need a darning needle. So if you left an extra long strand for yourself, you could have had it on both sides like I did. It's just really quite convenient if you leave at least one to have a long strand, and you're going to use a darning needle, and you're gonna hide in your ends, and you're gonna attach it as well. So just grab your darning needle and place that yarn through. Because it's already attached to the project, you don't have to worry about it too much. And so I got 2 strands here. I'll deal with the one, but I'll hide them both at the same time. And what I want to do is that I want to come across the project and just match stitch to stitch, just all the way across. Okay, so just going right across and then over. This is called a whip stitch. So I'm gonna lay this other straggler down on top, and I could also use it as a darning needle as well to hide it if I had to. So just moving along, and you just continue to match the stitches all to each other, and therefore to keep it all imbalanced, and the yarn just goes right up over top. So just once you get it established, you can kind of speed up on the process to do it. And the idea is just to make sure every stitch matches each other so it stays in balance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come all the way across this one here. This is single crochet, single. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go all the way across on the top of the strap, and then I'll show you how to weave in the end that you have, and then I'm gonna leave the rest of the sides and top of the other one for you to be able to finish. So I'll see you there in just a moment. So once I get to the end of it, I'm just still matching stitch to stitch. I want to just tie it into a quick little knot on the outside. It's cotton yarn, so it'll hold out forever and ever. Cotton is really hard to break. It's one of the strongest fibers out there. So just tying a knot, and then all I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna take my yarn strand, and I'm just going to drag it through some of the stitch work on this side. So don't let it go to the other side of the project, just stay on this side, and you're gonna go through about 1 inch. Okay, and just kind of snug things up, don't be over tight about it, and then go back in the other direction for 2, and then go back in the final direction for 3. And now your yarn strand is completely buried in, and it will never fall out on you. So then you can just safely just trim it right down to the project like so. So in the other side it looks like a nice clean join, as you see right here. So let's continue along. You're gonna do the other strap and the sides now, and I'll see you back here in just a moment. So I'm back, and now I've sewed in all my pieces just like you see, and now it's all one unit, and now I'm looking at the inside. So now I'm just gonna fold it to the right side, which is the good side. So if people are looking at you, it's the side that you're looking at. The seams are then underneath. So we're not quite done. We still have to manipulate and do the bottom edging to do a final look. right down here, and then we're also going to do a little bit of arm work here, and then we're completely done. And then you can just stretch it if you want to in order to get it to lay flat on the seams as well. So let's begin doing the bottom edge. So now we're going to do the bottom edge down here, and we're just going to circle one time doing the same thing that you already know, and it's just a matter of just putting it in there. So you're going to notice when we did this is that we had 3 double crochets that were part of the shell, and we want to concentrate on the stitch that's right below it. Okay, so if you were looking at it from this perspective, it was the one where they're all coming out of. So what we're gonna do is start off right on an edge, and we're just gonna slip stitch to be able to do a slip stitch to join it, and then chain 1 and then 1 single crochet into that same one. So now in the base where the 3 are attached to each other, just like you see, you're gonna do another shell. So just lay down the straggler over top of it, and you're gonna do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and you already know how to do this. Okay, so then the next one here is the single crochet that separates the shells. So you're just gonna match it, make it a single crochet again, and then come to the next one here, which is the base of the other 3, and then shell once again. So you're creating the shell to appear upside down, so when you're wearing it you'll have a nice shell finish at the base of your tank top or your summer top. So continue it again, so just single crochet into the next single crochet, and then shell into the next, the base of the other shell that's there, and I want you to go all the way around doing this, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Very, very easy. Absolutely. See? Nice finish. When you get all the way back around, you're just continuing to follow the pattern as normal, and then the last shell here, the first one, is into the first single crochet that you had started with, and now you're just gonna take that end and just weave it in. Use your darning needle. This will be an area that you will probably tug on as far as like when you're pulling it down, in just in case it rides up on you. So you want to make sure that you take that time and put it through a darning needle and weave it in and out 3 times like I've already shown you today, and then you're good to go. So what you want to do at this particular point is that we want to concentrate on the inner arm area. We're gonna do both of them, and I'm only gonna show it to you on the ones, and it's actually a really simple idea, and it gives it a nice refined finish look when you're concentrating, or sorry, when you're wearing it, and it's not so boxy looking as well. So just make sure that you weave in your ends, and then we'll start one of the arms next. So let's start one of the arms next. You're gonna do the same thing for both, and it has a recommendation for the amount of stitches that you should work around. In the small size it's 74, and the other sizes are 80, 80, and 84. So you just want to concentrate on making it look good. So just insert right where the seam is, and I'm looking at the good side of the project, the right side, and I attach, and then chain 1 and then single crochet. So what I want to do is equally space 74 single crochets, but to be honest with you, I'm just gonna make it look good. I'm not gonna worry about counting so much. You know, I've been crocheting a long time, so that I have the ability to pretty much do that without much concern. So the nice thing about it is that the next row or the next round that you're about to do on this thing, it doesn't really rely on stitch count at all, because it's just 1 single crochet in each stitch going all the way around. So it's just a matter of making this round look decent, and then you're just gonna come back and just do one more round based on what you just put in. So just make it look good, and you can follow the stitch counts as recommended by the pattern if you wish, and I'll see you back here. Just go all the way around and then meet me back at the very beginning. So I'm coming all the way around on the arm and just making it look good, just kind of evenly spacing things out. And once I come all the way to the very beginning, I'm just gonna slip stitch to the first single crochet, and now we're just gonna slip our chain up 1 and then just 1 single crochet in each of the stitches going all the way around, and then you're gonna just slip stitch and fasten off, and that's done. And then you're gonna go and do the other side. So what I'll do is I'll meet you at the end of this rotation. Just make sure you got that, and then I'm gonna leave the other side for you, and then we're gonna then show you the photo of the finished sample that I'm doing here on camera today. So I'm just coming around and finishing it all up, and just last stitch in, just slip stitch to the first single crochet, and you're done. So take this straggler now, just weave in your ends, go back and forth 3 times, and that'll be good to go, and then go and do the other side. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to take you and show you my finished sample. I'm just going to do the other one off camera and then take it on outside and then show you what it looks like on the model. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. Enjoy your new summer top. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and this is a great little pattern. I think it's awesome. And until next time, have a super day. We'll see you again real soon and enjoy.